Good afternoon, all you lovelies. Hey, Antics. There you are. So, Antics, here is the Zoom link, and you find it on the agenda, but there is the Zoom link. And here, I'm going to walk you through what I do on it, okay? Hey, Minnie. So, now what I do is because I do it on the computer and on a Zoom app, so that way I could stream it, is so if you're on your browser, you're going to go down here to the bottom. It'll say download now, join from browser. I'll show you in just a second. And so whichever way you do it, you're going to put in your email. You put in whatever email you want. I use my normal email because I really don't give a rat's ass, but you can use a fake email. Then I use Mona M. Well, on this one I use Mo because I sign in two different ways. And then you just hit join. Now we're waiting for them to start. So you usually get this picture if you're waiting for them to start. If I am going to, now here's the agenda, go down, oops, where'd I go? I'm going to, damn it. When you click on that link, it brings Zoom up. Now mine automatically has Mona M written in this one because it just remembers it. But then you got to put your email in. This is from the app, which is probably on your phone. Then you put in whatever name you want them to call you. So if you want to be called Antics, Mama Squirrel, whatever, that's the name you put in there. And I join the webinar. That's seriously how easy it is. Hey, Audit. Hi, Amy. Ray Tierney was surprised. I don't know about that conversation. Transportation issues or parking? Not necessarily. That's DOT. That's the Department of Transportation's purview. This one is under the Board of Public Works is Bureau of Sanitation, Bureau of Water, the Bureau of Street Services, the Bureau of, hey Miriam. Okay, so permits, planters, easements, the trees that are on the easements. Wanted to let you know that I got a surprise emoji reaction to my concern of having COS here in Suffolk County from our district attorney, Ray Tierney. Oh, good for you. Great. Hey, Peter. In Antics, I asked Peter, I have not given you the answer, but yes, it probably is a phone call. Now, and if you're talking about like the road, stuff like that, like parking enforcement, they wouldn't really have anything to do with it. But the road itself, oh, Zoom is a call, I think, Peter said. So they are signing in. I'm going to What do you mean you're lost? Here's the Zoom. Here's the Zoom link. That's okay. That's all right. Here's the Zoom link. Click on that Zoom link. Yeah, I was sleeping last night. I'm sorry. My apologies. Please forgive me. So when you click on that Zoom link, it's going to ask you to sign in. If you're going to, Amy's telling you, if you are on your phone to go into Zoom, you're going to need 2 devices to be in chat and that. It shows invalid address. I'm in. Antics, if you're using your phone, maybe Amy can help you. Did I copy the wrong one? Let me double check. I'm absolutely not going to tell you I'm perfect. But that is why we copy link, paste. Here's the link again, just in case. And Antics, you're on your phone, right? Hi, Joe. I promise I'm not ignoring anybody. I'm just trying to help Antics. So if I missed you, I'm sorry. Yeah, they are on, so yeah, Audit goes in on her phone too. Hey, Mandy Me. So the problem is that it's hard. You can't chat and be on your phone. Okay, you're on the Zoom. Good. It should take you to the sign in page. You sign in, you mean on the Zoom? Do you see this picture? Then you raise your hand. And she'll come on, or he, depending on who's doing the meeting, and ask you whether you want to do public comment or if you want to talk on the agenda items. And if you do, just say public comment, general public comment, and then they're going to lower your hand and they'll call you when it's time. And they'll ask you to unmute, and you'll unmute yourself. They'll send you an unmute button. Okay. So if you're signed in and you see this picture down on the bottom, let me go there. Down on the bottom, you see down here on the bottom is a raise hand. If you take your cursor to the bottom of the screen, you hit the raise hand, and this meeting, they'll ask you what you want to do ahead of time. Oh, it looks like it's TJ. So he'll say, and he'll go through who's got their hands raised, asking what you want to do. And then when it's your time, they'll send you a unmute button. Yep, today's TJ. Yep, they can't see you. Hey, Beachcomber. All right, I like apples. Honey Crisps, the best. He'll say, Antics, I see you have your hand raised. Do you want to do public comment or comment on agenda items? And you just say, I just want a public comment. When you went into Zoom, first, do you see this picture, Antics?
Audio test 1, 2, 3.
Good morning. Antics, do you see this picture that's on the screen? Cool, Peter. I'll look at it. I'll look at it in just a minute, okay? Okay, so you are already signed into Zoom. They already have whatever you put in there as your name. And TJ is going to call you here in just a second. You'll hear him call the rest of us. Bye, Amy. So he'll say Audit LA, and Audit will say General Comment in all items. And then he'll say Mona M, and I'll say just public comment. And he'll say Jill, and she'll say public comment. Hey, Brizzy, report. So you're already signed into Zoom, but you do need to raise your hand. And by that, you go to the screen, and down here at the bottom of the screen should say raise hand. If you don't raise your hand, he won't know you want to talk. Breezy and beach.
Audio test. Good morning to our attendees who are joining us here in the board's hearing room. And good morning to those attendees who are joining on the virtual platform. I'm going to go ahead and go through the hands that are raised on the virtual platform and ask those attendees who have their hands raised to identify themselves and indicate which item you would like to speak on this morning, and if you'd like to offer public comment. And we'll start this with Audit LA. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Knight and Commissioner Grant.
Good
I want public comment and all agenda items, please.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we'll move next to Gigi. Good morning, Gigi.
Good morning. Just general public today.
Very well. I have you down for public comment. And I'm going to go ahead and put you back on mute and lower your hand. And Yvonne. Good morning, Yvonne.
Good morning. I'd like a general comment and all 6 items, please.
Thank you. I have you down for public comment and all items on our agenda. And we'll move next to Mo. Good morning, Mo.
morning, Mr. Knight and Mr. Grant. Just general public comment, please.
Very well. I have you down for public comment. I'm going to go ahead and lower your hand. And we'll move next to Christine. Hi, Christine.
Hi, good morning. I'm serving as the LA Sanitation Board Rep today.
Oh, very good. Okay. So I will go ahead. I'm sorry, did you say that you are the Bureau of Sanitation Bureau Rep this morning, Christine?
Yes, I am.
Oh, okay. Very good. I thought you said that. I just wanted, it's early. It's a Monday.
Not a problem. Not a
Thanks.
problem. Thank you.
All right. We'll move next to Miriam. Good morning, Miriam.
Good morning. Good morning. I'd like just a general public comment. Thank you.
Very well. I have Dan for public comment. And I'm going to go ahead and lower your hand. And next we have Jill. Jill, good morning, Jill.
General public comment.
Very well. I have you down for public comment. Thank you. And I believe that is everyone who had their hand raised on Zoom. If there's any members of the public joining us in person in the board's hearing room who wishes to offer public comment, please fill out a speaker card located in the back of the room. Indicate which item you'd like to speak on, and then hand it to me. And I'll call upon you when we get to that item or when we get to public comment. And it's 9:50. We should get started in approximately 10 to 12 minutes. Thank you.
Miss Chicago Jane. And I don't know, antics, I don't know why I'm typing back to you. I don't know why I just talk to you. My head is just not with it. They'll just call you Zoom user. No, I wasn't muted. I was typing. You know. Silly me. My attention to detail is a little, subpar today. Sorry, Agus. Oh, it's funny. Antics, if you don't put a name in there, they'll just call you Zoom user. That's all. Of course, I could be lying and they're going to call you by your real name. I don't know. But yes, it is Peter, but it's in Danish.
Audio test 1, 2, 3.
I know I can buy the book. I can buy it in the e-format, but it's in the wrong language. That's the problem. And I'm really dark today. I got darkness going on. No, TJ didn't quit. He was just the acting director until they found a permanent director. He's still there, he just was acting. Okay, Peter, I get it. True. Correct. You'll have to mute us once the meeting starts, or else you'll get
Good morning
double.
once again. This is TJ Knight with the Board of Public Works. I do see a number of additional hands raised so far. I have Adadale, Gigi, Yvonne, Mo, Christine, Miriam, and Jill, who have identified themselves as wishing to offer public comment or agenda item commentary this morning. I'm going to go through and ask if the attendees who are joining us on Zoom with their hands raised would like to offer commentary on any of our agendized items this morning or public comment. Starting with Agus. Good morning.
Good morning, TJ. Yes, please, may I have public comment?
I apologize, Haggis, if you could speak clearly and loudly into your device, into your microphone. I didn't catch which item you want to speak on.
General public comment, please.
Very well, thank you, Haggis. Again, when I call on you for general public comment, please speak loudly and clearly into your device. Pamela? Pamela, you should be receiving a pop-up asking you to unmute. William Delvex, awful. Good morning.
Yes, hello, this is William Delvex off Life Choices. If I could have public comment and agenda item comment, that'd be great.
I'm gonna go ahead and put you on mute. And I'm calling on attendees to see if they would wish to offer commentary, public comment, or comment on any of our agenda items this morning. If you could please indicate whether you wish to offer public comment or commentary on any of our agenda items this morning, I'm going to go ahead and put you and ask you to unmute and respond on those questions. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Just public comment and agenda. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll move next to Daniel Reardon. Daniel Reardon.
Just public comment and agenda items. Thank you.
Have you done for public comment and all
It's
agenda
not
items?
funny.
Thank you. We'll move next to Nis.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes. Would you like to offer public comment or commentary on any of our
Okay.
agendas?
I'll take the public comment. Thanks.
Thank you. Let me make one more call out for Pamela. Actually, I don't see Pamela on the list of participants at this point. Thank you.
Hey, Kirby's mom. Grr. Well, now you know what they call it. You're going to call it as, so you need to figure out how to get your Zoom name changed. Hey, MD. That's not a fail. That's just first try. No big deal. You got Wednesday and Friday left. Was there a somebody got a manicure? I want a pedi. I need my feet done.
Recording in progress.
We are now in record mode, President Corson.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Board of Public Works meeting for Monday, February 24th. Mr. Knight, if you'd like to take roll call and establish quorum for us, please.
Good morning, President Corson, Vice President Chavez, President Pro Tem Grant, Commissioner Kang, Commissioner Mitchell are present. We do have a quorum. We're joined also by City Attorney Representative Thomas Costello Vega. I'm TJ Knight with the Board of Public Works. President Corson, we have speaker cards under public comment. We have no neighborhood council commentary, and we have 3 Zoom commenters who wish to offer multiple agenda item commentary, and we have 1 commenter in the room who wishes to offer multiple agenda item commentary.
Wonderful. We'll start with general public comment, which is an opportunity for the public to address the board on public interest items, and we've provided up to 1 minute per person for a cumulative total of 10 minutes for the general public comment segment of each regular meeting. Testimony shall be limited in content to matters which are within the subject matter jurisdiction of the board, and the board may not take any action on matters discussed during the public comment period. We do have a total of 13 general public comment cards, but we only allot up to 10 minutes. So we'll go first come first served, and hopefully we can get through all 13. We'll start with the in-person with Dr. Tom Williams.
And the audio in this area is always terrible from the last 25 years. Dr. Tom Williams, Sierra Club Transportation Committee and others, and basically general public comment. You need to get the ramps done throughout the city. And part of my offer for general public comment is I'll give you 100 ramps that need to be repaired in downtown LA, especially along Broadway. Have you ever been on Broadway as a pedestrian? No ramps in some places. And ramps should be placed, and we're placed in some places all around. But we're here to help you. That is, we'll give you 100 ramps in downtown LA that need to be repaired, and 100 ramps in 90032 Northeast LA. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Williams. And we'll move next to the Zoom commenters who wish to offer public comment. And we'll start with Audit LA.
Good morning, everyone. I want to talk about the permits to close the street closures. I want to thank you because I know we've made progress that now the special event permits are only from Thursday through Monday, and they have to clear the street in between, but there's still a loophole. They can still get 52 of those permits a year. The reason why there's no loophole, closed is because nobody else is crazy enough to request so many street closures, so there was no need for it. But there is a need for it now because we see the Church of Scientology is abusing that system. And so I am asking if you could please reduce it. I would say a maximum of 12 per year. That is plenty. Having the entire street closed for once a month is way more than anyone should have to tolerate. But at least that's a good starting point. So I'm asking you to please intervene and whatever process it needs to do to please put some more restrictions. The little restrictions aren't enough.
Thank you. We'll move next to Gigi.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so I'm here to talk about the planners that are on Fountain and LRH. And there's been several individuals who have come to these meetings for several months and expressed their feelings about the planners and also pointed out the ADA noncompliance with the planners. It's been several months and small steps have been taken, but there's nothing that's done about them. They still remain there. They should be gone. Other businesses had planners and they had to remove them, and it did not take this long. They're getting special treatment because they are Scientology. That's the bottom line. And that's not right. Please get rid of these planners. Thank you. I yield my time.
And we'll move next to Yvonne.
Thank you. The organization identified as Scientology and its many fronts names wants to suggest that identifying themselves as a church or a religion qualifies them for special status, eliminating the need to be obedient to civil laws and municipal codes. This simply is not true. This board and many other agencies in the city of Los Angeles have been subjugated themselves to this organization. The planters were placed without permits, obstruct free use of the easements. They violate both civil laws and municipal codes in their number and placement. In addition, the offending planters were placed in front of property not owned by Scientology. Planters in front of Kaiser property on L. Ron Hubbard Way and the adjacent home are equivalent to illegal dumping. Planters on Fountain in front of homes and businesses not owned by Scientology also are dumping.
Thank you.
Scientology.
We'll move next to Mo. followed by Christine. Go ahead, Mo.
Good morning, Mr. Knight and Commissioners. Thank you. This is me again, Mona. First off, I would like to talk about the planters, the permits, and the parking enforcement on L. Ron Hubbard Way, Fountain, and Catalina for the rose bushes. That they are city, state, and federal violations, and that they are hiding what's truly happening, and it really is a civil rights matter for the First Amendment rights, that the Supreme Court has decided that neither the religious or the personal First Amendment speech of those that are taking that First Amendment right, neither is more important than the other, and having bias for one is a discrimination. So thank you, and I yield back my time.
Thank you, Mo. And I apologize. We'll move next to Miriam.
Hi, I'm again here regarding the baby caskets. I actually did an additional audit and I found out there was 257 baby caskets on Sunset and L. Ron Hubbard Way. 4 of them were removed. I don't know if they've been pushed from your side or if there has been mortalities, because Scientology is known for being enforcing forced abortions to their Sea Org members. So I really hope that's not the case. However, doing this type of open criminality, I really hope that's not the case. And it's just that they are starting to listen to your instructions of removing them. But I would like them to be a little bit faster with that. Thank you.
Thank you. And we'll move next to Jill.
Again, please get a truck this afternoon, bring it to L. Ron Hubbard Way, and all you have to do is lift them up and put them in the dumpster, and you'll be done with it, and you won't have to deal with us on this issue. Secondly, presidents have term limits. Entities should have permit limits. So I'm going along the thread of Audit LA's suggestion. You need to have permit limits and no street vacation, because once they do that, you'll have a Vatican City within LA, and it's a disgrace. Nobody owns your city. No one has to have their own private little city with their own theocracy under the guise of being, it's actually an MLM trafficking scam that you're being duped by. Your kids are laughing at you that you're allowing this to go on. Go home and talk about this at your dinner table. Bye.
We'll move next to Haggis, followed by Pamela.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, go ahead.
Again, the planters, they are a symbol of child sexual abuse that is happening in Scientology. Scientology is an organized criminal business. They run a real estate scam, and they are using your city in order to hire people into slave labor under the guise of R1 visas. I hope that if you have ICE working with the police department to get people out of the city that are illegal, that you go to the blue building of Scientology and all their hotels where they're abusing the children. No more kids in Scientology. You guys have to do something. You can approve $50 million projects across your city, but you cannot remove planters and investigate child sexual abuse by a cult. Thank you, and I yield back my time.
And we'll move next to William Delvac. Go ahead.
Yeah, hi, this is William Delvac's Awful Life Choices. I'm just here to let you know that William Delvac and Daniel Reardon, that's bar license 115823 and 328654, are trying to unjustly vacate a public street, which is absolutely bogus. On top of that, you know very well that 56.11 specifically states the enforcement on abandoned property on the public right of way. It's $2,500 a day for each day of the violation. And each charge is a separate new charge in and of itself. So if you backdate it from what I see as of June the 2nd, 2024, up until now, that's at least close to $1 million of revenue that you guys are missing out on. So go ahead and find Scientology, all right? And these guys are two Scientology simps. They're trying to vacate a public street just so they can have a private Goombaya and bogus street fair. It's not their street. L. Ron Hubbard Way is a public street. And these guys are the two of the lobbyists. And they're trying to unjustly do
1 minute. We'll move next and finally to Nis.
It's Nisa. And okay, now not only you didn't get those planters removed, but I noticed that that blue building has no accessibilities to people with disabilities at all. And you guys should force them to actually get them to place those accessibilities to the building. It's law in all 50 states. I'll yield back the rest of my time.
And that concludes the 10-minute block and also concludes public comment this morning, President Corson.
Thank you, Mr. Knight. With that, we'll move on to the multiple agenda items public comment. The board will provide an opportunity for members of the public wishing to speak on more than one agenda item during multiple agenda item comment for up to 1 minute per item, up to a total of 3 minutes per meeting. This is the only time to speak on more than one agenda item. And we'll start with Dr. Tom Williams.
Oh, 2 minutes. Dr. Tom Williams, El Sereno, 40-year resident of LA. And in Berkeley, California, a long time ago, we did the first curb ramp. And we had an argument regarding a 1/4-inch lip at the bottom of the ramp. And we finally got the city engineer to accept flush. And ADA took the Center for Independent Living's specifications and incorporated them into real ramps. Most of the ramps in LA do not qualify for ADA approval. Therefore, I would like to have a meeting with somebody I can understand over, might say, direct contact, to go over the specifications, because I don't think your specifications really can be enforced. And if you go over to Broadway and look at the mid-block crossings for pedestrians, you'll find that sometimes there's no ramp on Broadway. And some of the ramps are modified. So somebody charged the city of Los Angeles for ramps being constructed, but none were. So we're quite concerned regarding the overall plan, and we're willing to help and to promote. There's 100 neighborhood councils that can give you locations. El Sereno, LA 32 Neighborhood Council guarantees to give you 100 locations within El Sereno for ramp repairs because they are so poor.
Thank you. And that's 2 minutes. Thank you, Dr. Williams.
Oh, by the way, PRA, I would like to get a...
I'm sorry, Speaker. I think that was 2 minutes for the two items you were speaking on.
And we'll move next to Audit LA.
Yes, hi. I would like to agree 100% with the gentleman that just spoke and wish I was in person because I would like to talk to him at one time. But let me go to item one, the ones with the contracts. I know I get people kind of roll their eyes when I say you have to watch out for organizations that use slave labor, but it is a thing, and it is a thing in America, and it's getting more, people are getting more aware of it within the legal system, that you can hire a company to do to do its job. You give them all this money, but then the people doing the actual work are getting paid slave wages. That exists. It exists with the Church of Scientology. Like if you were hiring, like if it was not this company and say, you know, it was the Church of Scientology, they would get all the money, but their workers get $47 a week, okay, for 110 hours of work. So that is not just a Scientology thing. It is Scientology, but it's also other companies, so that people have to get this on their radar. It is going on. They are starting to find this out through the DOJ and everything. Okay, when it comes to the medians, I absolutely want the medians for you guys to do landscaping and all that. But at the same time, you know, we've been coming here since June. We're struggling with, you know, what medians and encroachments and stuff and easements. Okay, it has to be maintained properly. I'm concerned that, you know, like say if that median, I don't know who's on that property or who, you know, because sometimes like Scientology, they will adopt a median. They adopted one in North Hollywood. They promised to take care of it, endless contract, so they have their name attached to it. But you know what? It's a mess. It's not taken care of. So what about follow up? Are you going to follow up and make sure that this stuff is maintained, even by if people promise to maintain it? I see a nice $9 million increase. I'm glad it's dealing with water, but I've been saying this for a long time. What's going on with the water? I'm glad to see that you guys are working hard to fix our water issues. So I thank you for that. To me, it's a failure from previous commissions that, you know, that this stuff should have been taken care of already. For the last issue, I am glad to see that you are removing this. I like how, like, I see that you're removing this contract because you're thinking, oh, we can do better. We can, you know, how to save money. And that's what I want to see more of. I want to see more of you guys being more analytical in what comes before you rather than just rubber stamping whatever, you know. So you're somebody's starting to think about this. And that's what I'm asking you to do, to put more pressure on the agencies underneath that you govern and ask them to be more critical and how to save money, make sure they're looking for all the legal things. Like I said, no slave labor, no abuses, you know, and just be more vigilant. So I appreciate you for doing that. And also, like I said, that other guy, I agree with him 100%.
And we'll move next to Yvonne. Go ahead.
Thank you. I got dropped off again and fortunately reconnected.
I hear you.
I'm sorry. My point I want to make in general is that what you're being presented to vote on today does not include enough information to make a well-informed decision. Number two, the sidewalk issue. Yes, that would be a wonderful thing to have, but there is no plan of how to implement, whether it's going to be one by one or block by block or city division or citywide. This is just a plan and it's so expensive. We need to do things more immediate, like the 100 that are in downtown, as were mentioned, and other places that are just impassable. These need to be done now, not sometime off in the future at an undetermined date. The Hawaiian Garden, the Japanese Garden water project, I approve of it being scaled back. And my only complaint about that particular item is that using the FDA's requirements for the use of pesticides and herbicides is not good enough. The Japanese gardens require a very balanced environment, and there is absolutely no reason to have additional pesticides and herbicides going into that area. What comes through the sewer treatment plant is already a burden enough on the plants and wildlife and the clams and all of the components of that system. I hope in the future that the United States will be interested in regaining some of its good international relationships and that you coordinate with the Embassy of Japan and maybe a Cal Poly Pomona student to enhance that system of the water gardens. It's a very important feature, and yes, it is educational and create more and more water recovery systems like that, even in your landscaping in your gardens and homes and apartment complexes. That's all I'm going to talk about today. You're going to run out of time on me. Thank you, and please ask deeper questions. I appreciate you.
That's 3 minutes. Thank you. And that, President Corson, that concludes multiple agenda item commentary this morning.
Thank you, Mr. Knight. And I believe Dr. Tom Williams, you were going to ask for a CPRA. You can always do that for anyone in public. You can always do that via email to directing that to Mr. TJ Knight. With that, we'll move on to approval.
Leaving the voice part of the thing because they're just going to go into agenda items, and they voted on it. They voted on changing how they take their comments. It's not an overall thing for any of the councils. There's no overall city plan or city policy. It's commission by commission, board by board. Hey, I'm a Jap germ. Police and city council have 45 minutes total. Yes, 3 minutes. Right. Henry just needs to see that he just needs to be himself. He just needs to be him. He needs to be the intelligent gentleman that he is. No, he went. Yeah, I can change mine antics. I change mine all the time to different things. So I don't know why yours came up as that name. Yeah, you'll just need to figure it out. Because I'm Mona M. The other day I was Agitator too. Sometimes I'm Mo. It just depends on what the meeting is. Sometimes as a person on a professional call, it has to be my whole name. It's hard to change it on the phone. That's okay. You have 2 more meetings this week. Thank you for trying. You'll have to maybe Google iPhone on how to change it. Oh, sorry, goodness sake. Hey, Adrian. That was a good meeting. Thank you, everybody. Yeah. And to be real honest, even if you went on with just your name like they called, they don't have any other identifying information. So unless you give identifying information, it could be your name from anybody else in the world. Hi, Mona Gastric. I'm not gastric today. Thank you, Adrian. I had my Gas-X this morning. Yeah, Adrian will get in one of these days. Yeah, that's okay, Eyes to See. As you see, we kind of limited out on the 10 people anyways. But true, but the The name agendas are on your community page. Yes. Adelia has them. That's true. You definitely don't need your business attacked, that's for sure. And Peter, I will look at your email because I'm really interested. Anyone else get dropped? Not that I know of. No, Miss Chicago Jane, you do not need to be there to call in. And even those of us that did call in from other places, you kind of give the flavor that I mean, they don't know that we're not there. Peter, they have discretion, but it can be mentioned on public comment. I think I missed out on what that referred to. Yeah, I get every once in a while you get hot mic'd. Oh goodness. Okay, guys. Well, Zoom is definitely universal. Then the one question that Adrian had the other day was about the VPN. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't think anybody got offended by your comment. I think we're all in agreement there, darling. We have really been trying to struggle. I absolutely am disgusted, even though, I mean, it's kind of funny in my 12-year-old brain, like with Dildo Man and Goat Puppet and F-Bomb guys. I do need rest. I slept so much last night, though. Boy, I fell asleep like 9:30, 10 o'clock, and didn't wake up till 7:30. Nobody was offended at all. Scientology up north. It's okay for us to have opinions and thoughts. Well, there you go, Peter. Come on down. Exactly. Report it in your next audit. I just wish we could go back to at least 2 minutes to where you could get a thought out. And Haggis, if I didn't say good job, I meant good job. I put a list out of who spoke, and did I miss you? I'm sorry, you did a great job. I have mentioned it in this before. So yep, there's nothing wrong with opening their ears. Sometimes the truth hurts. Oh, exactly. It's always a race against the time. That's why I used to ask the first couple of times I asked for an accommodation. Oh, 211 planters. Oh, I thought you were saying like call 211 like 411 or 911. Okay, now I get it. Thank you, Kirby's mom. I get it. I'm a little slow today. Haggis, send me a care package of PBW. I know, me too, Haggis. The call-in number for this one is a Zoom, and it's under public comment. Yeah, I watched for a little bit last night. Yeah, this one is Zoom in, not a call-in. I'm just gonna leave the thing here. On this one, here's the agenda. Agenda Public Works. You scroll down, and to join the webinar is right here, is the Zoom. And I don't think they have. You can by dial. You can look up top here, audit. BPW meetings can be listened to by dialing. So if you wanted to listen, here are the numbers. Or they do have a YouTube channel that you can go to. But those aren't, you can't comment with those. They're not interactive. Absolutely. Let me pull them up. Let's get rid of this because I don't really care about Unimore or Unimore or Unimore, but let's go to Audit LA. My computer's being slow. So we're going to go to Audit LA. She's going to go to here. I'm talking, giving myself professional advice. Okay, so here is the East Hollywood agenda. I'm going to copy the link for the agenda, and it is Zoom also. It's a little bit different than this Zoom. Come on, work. Do you have a CHNC on here, Audit? This one's East Hollywood, and it's at 7. And let me find CHNC. So here is the CHNC, which is Central Hollywood. And we're going to be dueling meetings again tonight. We did this a couple of times. We did this a couple of weeks ago, and they surprised us with having, that's for the blue building, and here is for, yep, they're different agendas, different call-ins, different meetings. One's at 6 and one's at 7. Central is the testing center, correct, Audit? And it's at 6. And this is Elvina, Sunshine, that crew, and that is over the testing center. And the one up above that I put is East Hollywood, and that's at 7 o'clock. Okay, cool, Peter. The one up above the east one is the blue building, and that's at 7 o'clock. I will, I'll come on like I did the last time, and I'll start streaming ahead of time for Central, go through whatever public comment we can, and then I'll switch to East tonight. It's going to be a long day, long night, but I got it. I'll take a nappy poo. You might want to copy down those links because it takes a while for chat to show up through YouTube. So copy down those links. I'm going to give you a minute or two before I sign out. And or go to Audit's posts in her community tab because she has them in her community tab also. So if you don't take them down here, they're in Audits. Okay, antics. Yeah, Peter, I'll go and purchase the book and then I'll try and do the translator. Oh, did you try it on that book or did you try it on just a general book? I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. Okay, it is lunchtime, you guys. It's a little bit after lunchtime. Love y'all. I will see you at about 5:45 Eastern time tonight. No. 5:45 Pacific Standard Time tonight. I'll get my time straight. Okay, love y'all. Talk to you later.